Oh, this is Sony too. So Sony's taking all their games down, like we just did Dreams because of that too. So basically, this is my Saturday format where I play something I've never played before, and this kind of combines two of the motivations behind it. One is that, okay, I've never played it. I've never played a lot of multiplayer games, MMOs, whatever the case may be. Just never got around to them, and they can be so time consuming. So I've made a point to try to do that at least once a week. I'll play stuff I've never played before. But this is also for another reason, because it's about to go offline. So that was my whole joke. Like, guns up, more like time's up, because if I don't play it now, it's going to be offline in a few months. So I always hate that. And it just triggers me like, something will go offline and then you'll never be able to play it. And then you'll hear people constantly talk about, oh, this was such a good game. It was so fun. And just like rubbing it in your face. Like, I would almost do that with Classic WoW. Like, oh, I bet you wish you were there. Ha ha ha. You little BC babies and Wrath babies. Like, you just never get to even try it. It's like creates one of those fallacious arguments in reverse. Like, they'll say, oh, why don't you just play the new game, like with expansions and stuff, or like a sequel, right? But that doesn't mean you have to take the previous one offline. It doesn't really apply to this game, but just in general, like, oh, why don't you just play Breath of the Wild, man? Why would you complain that Ocarina of Time has been destroyed and every copy in the world has been confiscated and you can never play it again? But you don't have to worry about that with single player games, but with a multiplayer game you would. Like, oh, you don't need a classic server, you can just play the current version of the game. I kind of hate that people would try to argue that. You would never argue with the single player game, but it's just a side effect of how online stuff is. So you kind of have to kind of deal with it, or people try to defend it from behind. Like, they have no choice but to, so they just have to cope with it. So yeah, I've never played this before. It's apparently more of like a strategy, almost like some old Flash game that you would see people play in school, like where you put the little tanks down and then you shoot up in the air, and I don't know what that's called even. I thought it would be more like a first-person thing, like just a regular shooter. It looks like the enemy is building up their defenses. I like the art style, but this is almost like a mobile type of thing, right? Like, it looks like Clash of Clans or something. Your transport truck is loaded. Oh, is this going to be a tower defense game? I didn't even know that either. WASD, click on the base, click the units to deploy them. Like, where are we deploying them? Or is just doing it automatically? You'll need a bigger army, get some boots on the ground. We should do some sort of permadeath or format with this. And see, this might not just be my first time playing it, it might be my last time playing it too, because, unless I make a proper format of it, then, if there's some kind of gauntlet, we go through every character or every whatever type of unit, type of base, if there's different like factions and stuff, then we could make a format out of it that way. You'll need a bigger army. I don't know how you move this around. Or, oh, this is just telling you what kind of unit. I get it. But yeah, what's that one game that everybody likes that they were always saying, oh, if you like PvZ, you should play, like, Balloons, of which there's like 6 or 7 parts. So this just means it'll be stronger units, or does it mean, yeah, only one of these, but they're obviously better, so you have to decide that. I wasn't even expecting it to be like this, to be honest with you. Like, yeah, my mindset is sometimes, check it out, one of the enemy units drops a special missile. Oh wow, look how interactive it is. You're going to be pressing more than just the buttons at the bottom here. You need specials you pick up on the battlefield that cause mayhem for your enemy. When I do games like this, it shows you I don't have as much time, because if I wanted to do like an MMO or something, then I would want like the whole day and really put in a crazy amount of time. This you can just kind of get a feel for, and more like a casual experience. But there should be some sort of failure condition, like how Hunt Showdown, I sort of got, I died in the tutorial, so that should have counted as a permanent failure thing, which I did actually count it as. Not that we had to stop playing then, but just because, that particular hunter had like 1 life. So yeah, I'm the type, like in Warcraft 3, I would do that. I would make like only frost worms or something like that. I go straight for the high-end unit, so I'd rather have like, 5 of these and 15 of these, or whatever ratio you want to say with it. There's a lot of explosive stuff. I mean, this is kind of cool. It's just not what I expected. Somehow I thought it would just be like a regular run-and-gun type, first-person PvP type of game. Firebomb. Destroy their base. So this would be fun to do in some sort of multiplayer context, but there should be some sort of a feeling that you can rotate between stuff. So you play as this faction, whatever it is, until you lose. I always just love giving multiplayer games context that way, because otherwise you could just play them forever. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Founded HQ. That's actually a pretty good tutorial. Just like very to the point. So many of these games ruin that, actually. And I love, at least for now, my name is never taken because I'm not a big enough namesake, and my old name was never that. Not that that would necessarily be taken either, but this is the heart of your war campaign. Build and upgrade structures, but is it going to have some kind of pay-to-win nonsense, which would be even more annoying to do now because you know the game's going to go offline in a few months, so why would you even bother doing it? Or sometimes the problem with this format is you're playing a game right before it goes offline, like a week before, let's say, in some other cases, like Crime Site, and the game's just completely dead. I almost have the opposite interpretation with that, like Spellbreak. I go to play Spellbreak right before it's about to go offline. It's like, you hear all these positive things about it. People love it. They're so sad it's going offline. Meanwhile, it's dead. Nobody's playing. So if you like it so much, why aren't you still playing it then? And if you show that love for it, some big streamer does it, like XQC will do it, and then, you know, it'll come back to life and they'll change their mind about taking it down or something. But my point is that if it was so beloved, why is it so dead at the same time? Maybe people are just giving up and trying not to think about it too much. Like we don't want to play it because then we realize we can't have it forever. It's like one of those, you know, you like it so much that you don't even want to rub your face in that you'll never be able to do it again. But it is kind of deceptive because that's what happens. Like, you know, you'll play it right before it goes offline, so everybody should be playing it now just to enjoy it before they no longer can. But it's sometimes the opposite. Nobody will be playing it, and it's just already dead. That's why it's going offline in the first place. So Crime Site was like that. It's not a bad game, but you couldn't even find a match. I was just playing against AI the whole time, or that one guy somehow was playing me. Other players can attack your base while you're away. Let's improve your defenses. Enemies will attack your base even while you're away. Like, that doesn't seem very fair, though. I should have to do a proper... That can't be a failure state. Upgrade, edit cards. Like, I kind of just want to play the game. Base size, base power. Edit cards. What does it want me to do? Place a sniper tower. Build new... What is this? It's not a tower. It's like a tent. Doesn't go high up enough to count as that. To move your sniper tower, use your mouse and click to drag it around your base. But what if I don't have a mouse? What if I'm playing on phone? What is it doing? Enemies attack from the right. Be sure to place it facing the enemy. But it should at least let me know. Like, what do you mean even when I'm away? Invalid location. I don't get what it's telling me to do. Thing like click and drag it, but it's not really working. Move your sniper tower, use your mouse and click and drag it around your base. It's not really working as far as dragging it. Let me try again. Tank trap. I like those little power-ups in the middle of the game, though. That gives you some interactability, almost as interactive as picking up the sun in your in PvZ, let's say. That game just has such a sense of personality that you sort of don't feel like it is a tower defense game. I don't really put it in that sort of box with it. Invalid location. If you don't have any 10 stash at the moment, click on build view to enter the build store. I don't get this. I'm already stuck. What the fuck? Simple, casual, quicker game. We don't have any 10s, but it's telling me to do it then. What do you mean? Go to the build store, so it'll just bait me to try to do this thing you can't do. Did I already bug it out or what? Demolish. Traps, decorations, build new. Locate and purchase a 10. Okay. Spawn units at regular intervals. Supports up to 3 simultaneous waves. If cover is available, will populate with 1 10 spawn at the beginning at the start of a battle. Like, it has a certain polish to it, actually, but that's probably because it's been out for a while. Maybe it wasn't like that at the beginning. I don't understand this location thing. Or now you can move it. It wasn't letting me do that before, so put it like here, let's say. Already optimal placement, I'm sure. But yeah, that would just be my style of play. Just defend, yeah, with 1 freaking unit. That's from above. Now, is this actually another player, or is it... How would it be so sure to match me that quickly anyway? 20 enemies. This would be fun to play even if it wasn't multiplayer. You know what I was actually going to play is Wild Frost, just because... Now, will that blow up my own units if they walk on it, or they should surely know not to do that? That'd be insane if it actually did. I'm a moron. Wild Frost, but then it turned out it was actually a single player game, so why would I even bother doing that? Like, you know, I could do that any time is basically the point. I don't feel a pressure to do it. So how do you like spawn in units during the course of a thing though? It kind of just does it automatically, I guess. If one more mine, I even sabotaged myself and blew up my own thing. Just put it like right in the middle of them, but it didn't actually work even. I might actually lose this somehow. Like how many more are coming out? You can't really control them hands-on. We just have to stop them from going into the base, which I kind of wasted all those things. Or maybe they're dropping stuff and I'm not seeing it. So this will have to save me. Try to get both groups. We'll probably miss both in the process. There's always a delay. 3 left. So if they were to destroy this, you'd basically be screwed. Or they seem to be coming from there too. Wave 1 defeated. I can't tell whether this is a player or not. The enemy will be back. You would think it's not because it happened so quickly after I just did that. Or like what? Is the multiplayer aspect like completely uninteractive? Like, oh, he's away from his base, so you can attack like a scripted version of it. I don't know how it even works. Recruit 3,000 blast a hole in enemy defenses with a high explosive grenade launcher. This is always the whole beauty of these games, is the different, you know, creative ideas they come up with for every unit, but maybe not the greatest sense of personality. The way they look is just kind of generic and stuff. That's the great achievement of PvZ, is just the graphics aren't that good, but they have such a sense of style to them with what they're trying to do. Blast a hole like this is just minimalistic, just gets the point across. Excellent. Okay, strengthen your army, recruit the grenade launcher, and yeah, now that's all I'm gonna do. Or and attack other players. Yeah, that's kind of what I want to do, but is there a way to... I'm gonna get absolutely creamed, and it's gonna be because I don't have a fair setup, right? They have some pay-to-win BS, I'm sure. This is your enemy. But how do you know? Like, what, I just have one person only? Okay, let's go. Get ready for battle. I don't know if I'll do some kind of permadeath thing with it because it's kind of unfair. Add the grenade launcher guy. And you might think, oh, it'll matchmake you against somebody similarly new and a clown, but it won't because it's going to have to settle for whoever is playing on PlayStation versus PC. That gives me an advantage right there. Even with a game that has so few, whatever. Like, shouldn't we just do all of them? Like, what is the point? I kind of want more of the ones in the middle, though. But you know what? Where it actually does sort of punish you is just... in terms of doing that, is you can use an explosive on them, and supposedly that's going to make it so that basically you that was such a bad delayed reaction. It'll make it so that it's easier targets for AoEs and stuff like that. So maybe having the better units actually isn't good. You got to do decoy sort of in the middle of combat. Why does it seem like it's slowing it down though if it's supposed to be an online sort of match? We're using too much of this, or we have to get them to drop more. Make another one of these. I don't fully understand how this works in terms of, like, you're gonna get that by killing stuff and over time, but 199. I'm just obsessed with these. Like, let's try to let that carry us. Yeah, I can kind of see where it wouldn't work. Tear gas. We can do it over there, I guess. But it's not the right time to do it, or they'll just blow me up here. Right? All you'd have to do is hit that, and I'm screwed. Is this really a player or what? Or it's going to be a player, but it's going to be like... this is where the rally flag would have been good just to get past the fire, but they'll still step through it like clowns. That's a very hard thing to do. Now, how are you going to recover from this at this point? Like, they'll keep coming. But by overextending our attack, I guess we... not enough munitions. We just have to hope and pray and stave them off. But if this is another player, this at least feels pretty good because we already pushed into their base. So now if we just get some upgrades or something, we'd be in good shape. It's almost dead, but it's going to be hard to even get in there. Or like, where are all his units now? They just stopped spawning. This is starting to come up on cooldown. It is very well presented. I like it. Let's see. Let's do this, and hopefully that'll take out the base too. That's the main point that I want. Yeah, that's the beauty of it. In fact, I missed the groups entirely. I'm not quite in tune with that timing yet. What, I should have gotten like a whole nother unit just for destroying that building. Now they'll make a comeback and make it all the way across. You can't really build stuff seemingly in the middle of this, right? You're kind of just going with what you have. They don't have any more units, or they seem to spawn on their own sometimes. I guess I don't get fully like the number that spawn at times, but the truck is holding it off pretty well. So you'll get 5 of those from here. You only get 4 of those, and you only get 1 of those, so it almost isn't worth it because I don't know how they work in terms of health, right? Will this guy get one shot by a big AoE explosion the same way that this guy would? Because then it's kind of pointless. You have such limited interactability that you kind of just can't you can't really do anything. Like, you can't build stuff, you can't choose where they go. Like, the only interactability is going to be from that, and that should actually have been more like, it's actually kind of hard to destroy the base because, you know, even if the enemy's not doing anything, like just the turret alone is pretty hard. You should almost save some of your stuff for that. Look at this guy going all sneaky commando. Even the turret didn't notice, or now it's going to. Let's see how tanky he is compared to the other ones. It's kind of light on UI that way, but once you know how it works, he does seem a bit tankier though. I guess it's only fair that he should be. You have to settle for that. I really couldn't believe it if this is a player. Like, what is he doing? I guess he's doing all that he can because the interactability is so limited in some cases. And why does it seem like it slows down when I click that and stuff? It can't be slowing it down for him, or I don't know. Or it's like cross-platform too, that means. Like, there's nothing you can do at this point, I don't think. You can make a rally point, you can just kind of wait, so this is a very inefficient way of doing it. But like, you want them to rally, let's say, behind the cover and actually use it properly, which they don't really seem to be doing especially well. They make a little push here, and then we just have to hope and wait till we get more resources. Rock at 75% health, but we're like way closer to just finishing him off. So if we get any drops from these, I should just use it to blow this up without even needing to get there. So a really good player would have saved them, I guess. I don't know if you can have multiple of the same ones. I kind of used them all at the beginning, and I really wasted that one. That's kind of the most fun part. All these like kind of kill streak rewards or whatever, just the random drops. These ones are very inefficient at trying to do anything to that, though. And you can't really stop them from coming in either. How is this guy doing it so well? I guess because he's bugged out and he's not hitting it, but he's not getting hit by it either. If you can see them, they can see you. The art of war. Like, what is he doing, dude? Oh, let's try to get it before the 30-second runs out, though. Which they, of course, won't do, or maybe it'll be close. Clutch it, clutch it. 11,000 munitions over the course of the thing. Yeah, let's see show stats to show is that actually a person. Because I can't believe anybody would be so bad. Everybody's going to be a pay-to-win try-hard. Just played the game since it first came out. Nobody would be doing it like me. Just assign attack cards to your loadout before each battle, give you the upper hand. That sounds like a pay-to-win mechanic to me. Resources awarded. Munitions are the currency used for war. Use them to buy structures, unlock new units. Oh, those ones I'll get to keep on the outside, but that's what you're using even in the game too. So could you go into a game with X amount? I think it's kind of scripted that way. Level up to recruit. Okay. War, attack another player's base. Objectives complete establishing yourself. Gather munitions for your base by going to war, attacking other players. I really can't believe that was another player. Some little kid at school on his phone sneakily playing it under the desk. Defeat opponents, fill up your campaign chest. No, it must not be like they're actually playing the game, though. Right? Because, like, it's scripted. Like, what if that guy's not there at that point? Like, he might be in the game now. So you're attacking their bases, but you're not really doing anything. Like, attack card slots. You can use the attack card before when going into battle. What does that mean? Paratroopers assigned. Now, this you can only use one time, I assume. Or maybe not. Increase your unit cap by 2 for the duration of the battle. Let's try to do a hard mode format with that. We're not allowed to use these. For the duration of battle, cloud your enemy's vision and stop their tracks. Like, it's almost not fair, right? We shouldn't do that, but it'll make it sort of unfair. Yeah, we can't wait till you get to level 42 so you can, that'll have the whole defining impact on the game. Fun and interactive. You get to choose which pay-to-win cards carry you the whole way. It's like, I always hate that in games, like a buff. Like, oh, for this next duel, you'll get X number of, you know, bonus experience or this or that. Let's pick up all 3 of those. So let's try to save them a little better. There is like a lot of friendly fire, so you can blow up your own units and stuff in a way that might not be ideal. I mean, I really like these, but it's hard to decide what exactly the best formation is, or maybe the middle one is the most balanced, so you should just stick to that. Like, maybe I just overdo it at the beginning and waste all my stuff. Didn't seem like really that hard, though. Although we barely won in time, but it's not like we would have lost. We were still in the lead, so I assume it would have still given it to us. Power-ups are pretty cool. I mean, this would almost be fun just, yeah, in a campaign sense. Like, we can try the missions and stuff, too. I'm just going to hard commit to this, but somehow this doesn't seem that good, or they don't understand the concept of spreading out really. Then you sort of get desperate for resources later, so you just are able to now that should hit the decoy too, but that was the whole point. Focus fire, yeah, wow, like you really need an ability to do that. Firebomb, I mean, we're already at their base, so we may as well just do it. It always ends up being so late though that it doesn't do anything for me. I don't know if these guys are really earning their keep, but they're at least a little bit tankier. Here, go ahead, do the decoy, let them buy some time. There's nothing really to focus fire now anyway, but that just shows you how clownish they probably are normally. Look at this. You should be absolutely obliterating this. Yeah, why don't you hit the explosive barrels and that'll do the job for you. But like, these are the strongest units that you have available right now. There'll be something that costs 1,000 that just like one-shots everything, but grenade launcher metal. So what you're trying to tell me is this game is online multiplayer PvP, except they're not actually, it's not active PvP. It's like somehow passive PvP, which is maybe how like Clash of Clans and stuff works. Like, oh, they build the base and somebody destroyed the base. Like, how would you exactly lose these? In fact, I'm so curious. I'm going to look up something about how this game works. Because it doesn't feel like you're going into a matchmaking. It just says, oh, here's your next opponent that you're attacking his base. But then what if I go AFK for an hour and then come back? It'll still be the same guy. Guns up. How does PvP work? Asynchronous multiplayer battles where attackers are pitted against other players defending bases. View replays of your opponent's attacks and perform successful retaliations, but not at the same time, I guess. How does PvP defense work? I was wondering how PvP defense worked. I've been playing this game about for a week and only been attacked 6 times to date. Is there a period after which your base will be marked inactive? There's a limit to how many times you can be attacked. For example, you log in once equals 3 attacks can be made on your base. After 3 attacks have been done, no one can attack you until you log in again. Like, I almost want that to happen where it feels like a more active experience. I can't imagine that this is alliance battles. So, I don't know. No one has attacked your base. Yeah, I kind of want them to. Alliance, barracks, missions. We should do like a first playthrough permadeath of the campaign. Easy, medium, hard, mission timer. Completed missions will refresh when the timer resets. I didn't realize it would be so much of a mobile style game. Just sort of like throwaway in certain ways, but it's still fun mechanically. I never really was much of a fan of tower defense games, period. But just because I've been playing PvC for so long, that was the ultimate correction of it. Like, the original game is just too easy, so that's why I like it. Not necessarily because I like the genre or anything. Like, even survival games I'm not a big fan of, and then there'll always be one that sort of stands out and transcends the genre. So like PvZ, because of its sense of personality and other characteristics, it doesn't matter that it's a tower defense game, it's just good. Like, Don't Starve, it doesn't matter that it's a survival game, it's just so good that, you know, you have to just try it anyway. Alliance, browse top. Yeah, let's browse. Let's see who is actually playing this cell. It'll be some kind of botting nonsense anyway, 3,300. Or to show you, like, where do you appear here? Season 110, season 111. Well, I guess there won't be too many more seasons, huh? I don't know how long it's been out for. If that must be in terms of months, that's pretty surprising. Intel. Defend history, nobody's attacked your base. So that would have been a fun mechanic if you can actively choose to do that. But then you can only do it 3 times per session. So that makes it feel kind of not so fun. You want that to happen like every 5 seconds. So I assume when I'm doing this, either they have the option to join in to defend it, or they just don't care and they're still offline. Like, it even says that as the first prompt. Like, even when you're away, it's still gonna happen. All right, let's do a few more of these multiplayer attack bases. But like, oh, the game's going offline. It's like it's already offline because you just, you know, it's sort of multiplayer, but it's also not at the same time. It's weird. This will be like a persistent thing that you're, I guess, is recommending that, or how much do I have? It's 16,000. So let's get something like really, really seemingly cool. Anti-air is cool. Bunker is going to be what? Unleash a barrage of bullets from fortified structure. Mortar, more available level 6. Pick up enemies with the elevated sniper platforms. More available level 8. Level 8. Provides cover. I don't really care about that. They don't seem to be using the cover especially effectively either. Ooh, I can't wait till we see a tank or something. Yeah, like, where do I get just like better units altogether? I guess I can't do it yet, right? Customized build. Customize army. Or this will just be like cosmetic stuff, which I really don't care about right now. The visuals are kind of good as far as the base and stuff, but as far as the units, they're kind of a little bit drab. Let's see what we can do. Rank up. I definitely like the Grenadiers a lot. Medic available level 4. So yeah, let's just try to level up, and then maybe I'll do some of the missions. But these aren't really that fun because it feels like even though I'm winning, and clearly I'm just that good, the fact of the matter is that it doesn't really feel like they're doing anything. Right? They might be online and they happen to see it's being attacked, but they don't necessarily have to respond to it, or I don't know. And it's so sort of non-interactive that it almost wouldn't matter whether they're there or not, but, you know, there's a certain amount of strategy. What was I looking at? Oh, like you could buy stuff here. I don't know whether I really should do that or not. Anti-air, sandbag, short, like... Where is it going to go exactly? I get to choose, I guess. Kind of like the wrong way. How do you actually do that? Oh, wow. Imagine doing this on your phone, like with your with your little touch screen. I could make more barracks and stuff, but I almost don't need to. And the reason why is because nobody's really putting up a convincing attack on me. I'm more so just... I really wish I would just get attacked. Up blame. Yeah, I'm not using those skills. I'm not even building all the stuff I can. But if I lose, it should be permanent. Then I can't play anymore. It's very fast-paced and all, but part of that is because you're not really queuing up for stuff. But here, we'll make a little bit of each, and then I'll prioritize the 175. Like, what if that's all I make? That's the thing. Bombing run is very good, but I should save it. I almost don't like the rally flag, because you don't want them to be an easy target for an AoE that they're going to do. It's just... But yeah, what's that game that Elon Musk was talking about? This game is more complicated than chess. Like, I can't remember. It was some game that is like on your phone. Some kind of like Topia, Protopia. I can't remember. I almost would have to look at that. Just on his recommendation alone. I mean, the thing is, any turn-based game is going to have those sort of limits to it. This is good only because it's going to really help to try to take out the base, but it's arguably a waste too. Or look at how it strategically avoided that building, because it does hit the building. What a clown show ability that was. Kind of my fault, but how am I supposed to know? It hits everywhere except... That's like a comedy skit from some movie, like where the stormtroopers are shooting at the guy, a million of them miss him, and then he shoots once and gets everybody. And that was amazing. It's not like it's scripted to happen like that. But yeah, let's try it again. Like, I'm doing it more so for the building. This should hit, or it kind of does show you where they go, but shouldn't that do a decent amount? It's all right. Like, that's still pretty worth it compared to whatever clown show you're doing here. Like, I may as well not even do that. Yeah, imagine surrendering from a non-PvP encounter. I'm still going to lose to AI somehow. So in this time, you have to kind of regroup because they got through the best of my initial forces. So at this point, it can get a little bit difficult for sure. Because even these units aren't going to be enough, and you get kind of strapped on the resources. So maybe you shouldn't summon so many things at the beginning. It's hard to say. Like here, they kind of need a little bit of help because you're trying to recover. You should almost stockpile that for the end, but we're never on the defensive here, so we always just are running away with it. These guys are just way too expendable. Do this again, I guess. I mean, not so bad. Teaching kids to use tear gas and all this. That's what I always wonder. Like, this is pretty, you know, violent subject matter, even though it's presented in a kind of a cartoonish way. So how much of this do you get away with as far as age groups? It looks all cute and friendly and fun for kids, but it's also... It's hard to reconcile that. I guess it never really bothered me when I was younger, but some people are more sensitive to it, or obviously parents are overprotective about it. Like, I hate that when they use that as an argument against something. Like, Siskel and Ebert would do that. Like, oh, The Good Son is a bad movie for kids. Yeah, but it's rated R, so what are you talking about? It's bad for kids. Like, obviously, it's not meant for them to even watch it. Or, like, there's this one reviewer who does that. Like, they don't review whether the movie's good or not. They review whether it's... Like, I'll just keep fighting them like that, but then I'll do this here to try to take out the base with my explosive, let's say. I do like the way the environments get destroyed. Like, it looks very natural. Yeah, I wasn't really even expecting. I was expecting a third-person shooter or a first-person shooter, not even a tower defense game. That's part of the fun of going into these so blind. Like, I don't really know anything about it whatsoever. Never seen anybody play it. People almost wouldn't believe that with Ark. Like, oh, you really never played Ark or never seen anything about it? But I guess I go out of my way to do that, so it's kind of a cool thing. And, you know, it's like whatever I always would want to have played that anyway. So it's not like I'm doing it to prove anything or, oh, because... The main reason is because it's about to go offline or it's about to turn into Ark Ascended. So, okay, this is getting a little bit annoying, but I'm more so just concerned about the base itself. Like, you could just ignore everything and just do it this way. For now, you're going to miss the units, though. That does a decent amount. So even if you just do it like that, you'll be fine. This could be so fun if it was actually multiplayer and I actually felt like this was a player doing it, which it might be, but... How would you even tell? Like, they're not using their abilities the same way, right? Like, all these crazy drops and stuff. If this trunk goes down, you're in a lot of trouble. So basically, you have to watch out. I don't see what the point of the flag thing is. 1 minute remaining, but aren't I still basically winning? Or this would mean, like, it would give them credit for successfully defending the thing. So maybe the one mistake I made is using too much of that on the base rather than trying to get to the base with it. But it seems like very fruitless at times to try to do that. You're getting the decoy. It's not quite enough. Like, let's focus fire the base, but you won't be able to even get there. Okay, do that. 30 seconds remaining, so I guess I failed my attack. Maybe that's the failure state, is you only have X amount of time. What the fuck are they doing? They're trying to hit that maybe from there. Just tunnel visioning on it. Do that. Rally fight doesn't even matter. Sometimes they will sort of derp out and hit against the wall. There's no way I can actually do this unless I get some crazy explosive. But that can sometimes be a good strategy. If you're not going to let your foot soldiers get through, just kind of hold your ground and then losing to AI, hold your ground and just keep spamming it on there, and then you'll still be able to destroy it. Defeat. Truck 75% health. Time up. Game score. And I guess that's a fair criteria because if it is just AI controlling that, then it doesn't matter that they don't have abilities and stuff. All they have to do is survive based on the quality of how their base was. I guess I can't even do that. So I guess there is no permadeath condition really that I can do. I kind of just want to unlock more units and stuff. F gorillas. Why is it the same guy every single time? Isn't it the same base? Like, what do you mean? Maybe that strategy wasn't the best. You should just try to focus on using these to try to escort your people. You get a little bit of variety at the beginning. Let me give the grunts more of a chance maybe this time. Right, like I'll just keep spamming this. I'll only commit to these, which will have their weaknesses, but let's just go for full swarm build. Exceeds unit cap, or I guess you can't even really do it like that. You have to wait until a couple die. Maybe I just waste my stuff too much at the beginning. Right now, like, I only would be able to do these because just, you know, you don't have enough space for the rest of them. So, of course, you can use those little stupid cards at the beginning to get more space there. 18 out of 18. Let's go ahead and do... You could do a bombing run, but it almost doesn't even seem worth it. That also doesn't really seem worth it. Using it like way too early though. There's nothing even in the vicinity to do that. The rally points almost seem pointless because... Okay, 2 of those. Yeah, we've got a lot of good stuff now. And we're already at their base, so it's kind of hard to understand why this wouldn't work out. It's important not to use too much at once. You should let them respawn their group and then do it, or it'll blow up my own things. That ability has sort of clowned me over the course of this. Firebomb, just keep them in there. You can kind of spawn camp and spawn trap them. Very fun. Okay, that one was surprisingly easy. So this guy's base is a clown show, whereas the other guy's was decent. That was so much harder to get through. There was so much stuff in the way, and it's no fun playing a game without context like that, though. You can just lose and there's no penalty for it. You can't do that. That's like a loser's mentality, that losing is okay. Okay, hurry up. You got it. I do like how much damage you can do just with these abilities, you know, to the base. You don't even have to worry about killing their units, let's say. Pretty sick way to finish it off. Or it'll still somehow miss it with every single shot. We've beaten that guy's base twice. But again, that one guy's kind of clowned me. It wasn't even like that good, but maybe I was just playing it the wrong way. Health damage. I don't really want to use those. Ooh, flamethrower looks amazing, but that's just like a bonus to it. So it's giving me something for yeah, complete missions, which have like an 11-hour cooldown, so I can't even do it. Daily rations. Why? So I can work towards not playing the game anymore once it goes offline. But they did sort of delay it, so I guess people liked it that much. Enemies approaching. Okay, fine. I do like to see that. Or is it because I keep attacking this guy? Let's say she builds something a little better. Okay, you got 2 minutes. Okay, this I do like. Wave 2. What was I saying? Build, like, anti-air is probably not going to come into play. Go ahead and buy this. Put it... I don't know. Put it... like here. I won't have enough time to really even do all of these, but just place one, place offense, defense. I have to go back to that other menu that is like, oh, here we go, dude. This is the hardest part of the game, just doing it under time pressure here, building. Anti-air doesn't seem really worth it. Tank trap, I don't think people are really using tanks. Custom banner, fire pit, campfire. Sniper tower is pretty good. Not really there, not really there. Fortified structure, 10,000. That should maybe be good enough. I barely even have room to do it. What, do I have to chop down a tree or something? I unironically don't even have room. Demolish that. Insufficient dynamite. What a fun mechanic. Let's just go like this then. So the only interactability we'll have. That's amazing. Do you want to pay to have a tree removed so you can build your base? And this area seems completely unusable, pretty much. Bunker, sniper tower. Or wait, now it seems like I can place it. Sniper tower level 1. This is another bunker. And this you would have to make room for, or maybe I play stuff so suboptimally. There's a lot of stuff in your way. Wait, let's actually see what's going to happen, though. Do I actually get to interact with what's happening? Defend later. Well, how would I do it later? Like, he's there doing it. Or is it like just, that's automatic too? Everything's automatic. Then he would stand no chance, obviously. 32 enemies, which doesn't actually seem intimidating at all, but they'll keep spawning more, right? Or no, maybe they won't. But you can't even see the base that they're coming from. There's really only 32. That should be no problem at all. I'll even just use that right away. So it could be like a sort of a scripted attack too. Go ahead, do the decoy there. So there's not enough of ours really doing anything though. Maybe not the best use of it. We still have our guys coming in, but we can't really seem to build more. So how many do I have total? It seems like you have a real advantage here, maybe. It kind of takes me too long to actually do, so you have to time it a little better. 108, but I can't even use them for anything. What do you mean? Or maybe it just auto spawns them based on that. That wasn't really even worth it. Do tear gas. 11 enemies left, which doesn't really feel all that intimidating. That's not even worth it, though, because I have so few things there. This isn't like the same way that we saw with the other thing, though. Like, this seems almost unfair for him if he only has the 9 enemies left. He's doing a pretty good job still, but you really think we can't spawn some more stuff to do this? Or these things alone will take care of them? Lost to the base itself. As much as I mock him, I don't know what you can do with those, though. Like, please let us get an item from one of these being destroyed. He's actually going to just lose to the tower, maybe. Maybe. So, we actually just lose to that? Or even this could have enough. Look, it's going to still whittle him down. 1. That's so stupid. Like in Warcraft 3, you just build a bunch of towers and they do all the work for you. They'll never be able to get through your base. Are you serious, dude? They lose a 1v1 to a building. The enemy will be back. Make sure your base is prepared. I hope they will be, but again, how much interactability did he really have there? Because it doesn't seem like anybody else is using abilities but me, or maybe he was and I'm just not paying attention. So that was kind of fun. At least we did get attacked. I was even asking for it. It does seem like we don't have anything particularly interesting as far as building stuff. We basically just have to keep leveling up. And I mostly want to get more actual units and just play around with those, but maybe I can't do it yet. Restricted units only available at level 4. So how do I even do that? Rank up. I don't think I can. Let's just keep doing these. But yeah, is this totally like Clash of Clans too? But I don't know how the gameplay in that game works at all either. 1 skull, 2 skulls. What does that mean? Like, I've killed him twice, so if I do it a third time, he just has to delete his account. That would be a good permadeath condition. 3 strikes and you're out. Why is everybody on PSN? Okay, that's not bad. I do like the one that goes in a wider area, but that can sometimes punish your own stuff too. It's good at the beginning, get a little bit of variety, and then sort of just decide what you want to commit to. Maybe I should do the middle one more. So we'll get this up to like 18 and then just sort of prepare. Yeah, you almost shouldn't burn your stuff at the beginning that much. Here, do the decoy. We can finish them off in the meantime. You don't get like really enough resources to keep up with what's happening at times, so it can be very difficult. I have to use these abilities and stuff a little better. I feel like my whole thing is already capped out. Or I shouldn't even bother doing that. Now, how much impact will this really have anyway? It won't hit either one, too, watch. You get another one back, get more of these, or just get them all. Or the only reason why we couldn't get it is because of the sheer space of it. This is a perfect time to do that. See, the fact that it slows it down makes me question something. Like, as far as, you know, whether it would be interactability. It just gave me the chance to defend, but I don't know how much of an impact he had there. It could be that he's just automatically attacking it too. Everything should just be automatic. Doesn't it seem like this is almost too easy, even though I did lose the one of them? You can't exactly be much worse than we are as far as like the resources and the units and stuff we have available. It's just very experienced. So we want to get to level 4. I want to get that flamethrower guy actually. Oh yeah, that should be my rule. Like if I lose 3 games, but so the stuff I'm building isn't going to matter too much for like attacking purposes. And a lot of it's kind of locked off anyway. So the main thing I'm just trying to do, I guess, is level up. This makes it feel like so cool. Like, oh, it's a conquest and you're doing like all these different areas, but I need a name. These are all just PSN bots. They have some sort of collusion with PlayStation, with Sony, even though this is a Sony game too. So they're ruining all of their beloved fan favorite games like Dreams and this. I don't know what it meant when it said, oh, you'll do it later. Like, oh, I'll defend my base later, even though it's being attacked now. Like, what does that mean? You can only be attacked, I guess, apparently 3 times, but you can attack as many times as you want, I guess. It is pretty fun. I mean, there's so many things you can do with this type of game. In fact, I'm almost curious to see some other game like this now. There must be better ones, AAA, you know, Clash of Clans. I don't know anything even about it. This could be a very good use of it here. There's not many evasive maneuvers you could do either if you're in control. Like, you just watch them die or use like a focus fire, rally flag or something. So his structures are a little bit better fortified, but mainly these stupid turret guns that you have to contend with. Like, these clowns will just stand in line of fire of that. Get that, but it can't sort of dry up if all your stuff dies. We're already at there. We'll just blow these before they even get to us, or it'll be too late. Oh, they did sort of evade that pretty well, though. We just go ahead and do this. It's the final push already. These pickups are actually done pretty well. The way that you kind of gradually get stuff to use, and I don't know exactly how it determines it. It almost seems random, but that does add a certain good layer to the game that doesn't make it feel completely automatic and on rails, whereas besides it would be. Mission unstoppable. I can't believe how many of those they made, Mission Impossible movies. And people really seem to like a lot of the newer ones. Destroy 2 sniper towers, currency, 5k munitions. I'm not really even using them. Hard granting you bonus alliance battles only consumed. Okay. War industrial complex. Am I right? That banner there. I like how people treat stuff like that like it's such an arcane idea. Like, wow, people have incentives. PvP campaign complete has been completed. Continue to open your campaign chest and begin a new campaign. It's just common, basic human nature stuff that wouldn't surprise you at all. So how do you customize stuff like that? Like, you know, those items that you use in the middle of a thing. Not even so much that I want to boost. It's just like you have like a certain set number of those bonus abilities. And so you can determine which 4 or 5 it'll draw from. I don't know if you can do that. Color packs, customized army. Like, we can still keep trying to fit these in there, but I guess we're not having that much trouble even defending my stuff. But yeah, we'll only have 3 chances to ever get attacked anyway, so it barely even matters. This is one of those games that people probably play like casually on the toilet every day in the morning before they go to school or go to work or something. That's what it's meant for, toilet caliber gameplay. Not even just that that's a bad thing, but like very, you know, mindless or whatever, repetitive. And they sort of do it for a long period of time. I mean, I would play chess like that, or I would play Hearthstone like that, although I would rarely play it on my phone. Or like I'm more so of a car guy. Like I'll be warming my car in the winter because I live in a very cold area, so you have to warm it for like 20 minutes sometimes. And so I'd play like a couple of games of Duel Links and troll people with the Ojama decks. Or I would, like doing my laundry, I'll play a couple games or something like that. So just imagine if you live in China and you have to take like an hour public transit to and from work. That's why mobile games are so big there, because you have so much time to kill like that. So we're still not level 4. I really just want to see more units. We could try to do missions too, but let's just try this. I don't know what those skulls still mean. 2 out of 2, 1 has 2, 1 has 1. Maybe that means like the difficulty level of the base, which some of these are going to be probably pretty crazy. So I like the balanced approach at the beginning. And like, you should almost just do this, because what if well, you want it to be 18 out of 18 though. So there's obviously some meta best way to do it, but it depends kind of on what they're doing too. Like, why does it seem like nobody's doing that? Like, they're not doing their abilities because there's nobody there, I guess. You should almost do these at the beginning just to get off to a good start, and then you'll be fine. The better you do, the more stuff you're gonna get back too. Like this, I'm almost saving at least get a building with it and get a group of them. So like even there should be fine. I was almost superfluous though, because it was already dead, that thing. I like how close it is though. It makes it like feel like such an easy, oh shit, such an easy path to just, even though I say that, I made to eat my words. He's got a pretty good structure going. Okay, this is not going to miss anything, but it won't miss my people either. Every time it gets something with that. That's like the old Lelouch technique, like, oh, he attacked his own ground forces as well. Like, what a surprise. I can't believe he would do that, even though he's been doing wild shit the whole show. Like, the enemy would never expect you to destroy your own units in the process of trying to attack them. So that's why the attack works. Which is sort of a counterproductive thing, but he's so desperate he has no choice. That's like the Botez Gambit, right? Like, oh, you give up your queen. They would never expect you to make a move like that. Okay, we better try to make something happen here. This is actually pretty hard to... Oh, God. Are they going to make that same sort of comeback? It's very hard to recover when you're in a spot like this, because now, you know, you're just kind of running on empty with the munitions. Damn. Losing to actual AI-type bases. Just, that's even a waste because there's nobody there, or I guess you'll lose to a truck. People are losing to vehicles and to buildings, and I'm still getting my ass beat. See, now they've pushed me back, and now I'm just screwed. So if I get some explosive stuff, I should just try to do it there. It's not like they're going to destroy mine, or I don't even have a base, so you got nothing to lose that way, but I also don't have any pickups. I almost should have saved them. The rally point doesn't really seem all that useful to me. If they destroy this, you presumably will lose. How am I getting overrun this bad? Like, the truck is pretty tanky, but it's just hard to figure out what to do at this point because these kind of even each other out. So you kind of already lost. You have 2 minutes, but to do what? Like, if you had like some sort of a, if you were getting at least explosive drops, that would be something. Rally flag, group up. We can do the decoy if we ever get anything. Okay. We just need to get a little bit of a lead, but yeah, what you start with is very important to try to maintain, but it's still very difficult to do too. I don't see how we're going to break through this. If I get explosives, maybe I'll just start using... No, but you should still do it to try to preserve your position. It's amazing how quickly you can go 100 to 0 there. Yeah, we should do it like the 3 life system. So we've already lost 1. 75% health. That doesn't even concern me. It's mainly just the time. We're not going to be able to do it. It's not giving us any more of those power-ups either. It's just impossible. These sniper things are too good. Give me like one more explosive thing and we'll be good. Focus fire. It's giving me all these useless ones. And now you just literally have to wait for it to take up. So this part can be very unfair. This truck is pretty damn good. That's the MVP of the whole run, but it just barely even matters. Like, what is the deal with these stupid flags? It's just completely... That's all it's giving me now, and they're not good at all. That's at least decent. Can you give me like maybe one more explosion? That would be awfully useful. We got one more sniper tower, and that's pretty much it. Just the tent. It won't give me anything, though. It's actually sabotaging me. If there were so many at the beginning, I don't know what determines the drop rate and stuff. Or there'll be one laying around that I just missed, and maybe it despawns. Oh, here it comes. Man, it took like an hour. So I'll do this just to destroy that. Or like try to get them both when they're coming in, which is going to be too late now. Oh my god. For now, it'll miss the sniper thing, and it'll almost miss them too, but at least you get a certain amount from it. Yeah, that was sort of a mistake because... Like, what is so special about their base that made it this hard? I guess just the sniper towers were pretty overwhelming. These guys are so useless, man. Focus fire on that. It's not even going to matter. Or no. Oh, that's why it's good, because you can do it from anywhere. Okay, maybe I underestimated how good that can be. Okay, so we get one more try, and we'll get some other sexy unit to go along with it. For level 4, which I forgot what it even is. I really wanted the flamethrower guy. Oh, it's the medic. Which could be pretty powerful in this type of game where you don't expect to have stuff like that. And then we can always do the campaign too. That'll be a separate thing. But then I can't lose in the campaign either. But yeah, like flamethrowers are always one of my favorite things in any game as a weapon. Just... Okay, this will be like rent or 600. Or wait. Recruitment at level 8. So why is it even giving me the option? What does it mean to rent? Purchase. Available for recruitment at level 8. So I don't know what that means. 15 battles left. Yeah, like I'm going to do that many anyway. This walking pharmacy has everything necessary to continuously heal nearby units. You got medic, engineer, flamer. That's level 12. Ranger, sniper, machine gunner, rocketeer, riot. I do like that. Chemist. This hermetically sealed unit damages and disrupts foes over time. Card pack. Available in a card pack and PvP rewards. Yeah, there's so much cool stuff in this, but maybe ruined by the business model, or maybe not even anything to its fault. It just didn't make enough money from people, so therefore they're going to shut it down. They always act like so pragmatic. Like, oh, look, we even extended the time. You're the one who chose the free-to-play model. So what you're building doesn't even really count in that way. Let me change my unit structure, I guess. Or you can have as many as you want, I guess. Wait. Edit perks promote. What does that mean? Promoting a unit will unlock the hero perk slot, allowing the unit to use hero perks. A lot of whatever these currencies are, I don't even have. Okay, so I can't lose another one of these, though. So I have to... You lost. Level 11. Maybe that is just... Oh, no. I wanted to try the medic. Fuck. I don't think we played a single person on PC. That gives me an unfair advantage, even though they're not even there. Grunt Metal 2005. Okay, we have to win this one for sure. Let's see what their base looks like. Or like, you can still move the camera, but it gets kind of stuck a little bit. I don't get that. Okay, it doesn't look too crazy. There's one house here, a couple stuff. This can be difficult though. There's another one there. Like, it doesn't want you to look over there until your units are there, but it also doesn't matter because, you know, it's still letting you do it. What's happening? I think I messed myself up maybe with my own flag. The middle ones might be the best investment over time, but once, yeah, see, the sniper stuff is just unfair. Like, you should always save that to get like multiple things for it too. You got 2 for 1 there. You can do this just to prevent their spawns from coming out, but it's going to affect you too. Friendly fire clown show over here. You have to get another explosion and use it on one of these. Those can be very punishing for you. Just the fact of the sniper bases and stuff. Imagine probably there's somebody who streams this game all day, every day, and now they're so bent out of shape. Like, oh, what will I do now? I've made my whole career out of playing Guns Up or Clash of Clans or something. Clash of Clans is such a big deal too, apparently. Okay, that was pretty good. Those 2 guys alone were able to take it. So I want to try in the next game the medic, because of course I'm so confident I'm surely going to win. Because this doesn't stop them from spawning altogether, but it greatly reduces... Yeah, stand in the fire. Look at this guy. This is me against Mimir on hard mode before the nerf. This is why we couldn't do it. Fuck. Doesn't seem to really be bothering him either. Yes, I'm using the fire as cover so they can't see me through the smoke. Meanwhile, I'm taking damage from it. Yeah, the skulls surely mean the difficulty of the base, but it's not like I turned down a challenge. Okay, so I wanted to actually incorporate the medic. Command cards are assigned to your HQ to give you a boost while defending. Whatever. Let me guess, some other currency that I probably don't have. Yeah, in fact, that should be one that I try one day. What is... Let me look it up. Elon Musk chess. But in that whole rant, why Elon Musk doesn't and can't play chess. Chess is too simple, but what did he say? What game did he mention? I did as a child, but I found it to be too simple to be useful in real life. A mere 8x8 grid, no fog of war, no technology tree. Drama with Kasparov. Who gives a shit? I can't find it. Chess is too simple. Just show me the tweet. I mean, it's simple for computers, but even then he can't. Oh, yeah. Polytopia. So here I'm adding new entries to my potential flex days. Like maybe next Saturday we'll do that. Normally I could do both. Polytopia, Clash of Clans, and any sort of maybe mobile games, which that might be. I did as a child, found it to be too simple to be useful in real life. A mere 8x8 grid, no fog of war, no technology tree, no random map respawn position, only 2 players. Both sides exact same pieces, but that's part of the beauty of it too, in a way. Just it sort of gives you the illusion of balance, even though it's objectively not, because of the whole who is what color. In fact, that becomes the only difference when you get to high level play. Like, for example, yeah, news about how the game's shutting down. Am I right? You know, when you're equally matched and everything. Defend history. What do you mean? Didn't I win the defense? I forgot now. Or wait. No, I won that. Why does it say whatever? So let's try to change around the units, which now I forgot exactly how you do that. Or it's like you go to the war and then you... Wait. I completely forgot. Uh-oh. 2*1 could get me in trouble. Yeah, here. Let's do the medic instead of the grunt, let's say. Remove and then put this guy in there just for the variety of it. So what cost structure does it count? Count 1. That'll be basically the same as the other guy, so they'll probably be pretty expensive that way. We'll have the tankier units and the medics to carry them. The problem is you're not going to have enough resources or munitions to even make them, right? Or to hire them, I guess you could say. 250. You probably shouldn't even necessarily start with that, but so it's important to keep these alive rather than have the fodder ones that the healing isn't even going to be enough to do. The medic is going to be very valuable, and it would justify them using their abilities on it too. I don't know how many of the medics I should really have. Maybe I could do like one more. If we get like 15 here, I'll actually do it. That maybe doesn't seem worth it, or his position is going to be totally out of whack where it's just not going to help. So unfair to have a healing unit in this type of game, I guess. So go ahead and hit that. Not going to bring them back to life, though. That'll be the unfortunate thing. They're already down to 10 out of 18 units, and the medics themselves are going to die, or maybe they have a sense of self-preservation where they don't do that. They're just doing an all-healer build where they back each other up, too. Make them focus fire that, but the beauty is they don't necessarily walk into it, or now they do. Or I don't know what I'm doing. I think I just lost all my units. Or I don't think that... No, they do still seem to attack something. They do still seem to attack somehow. Maybe I didn't just use that the right way, though. Okay, that could be a bit of a mistake. If I lose this, then I have to do the campaign, which we could probably still try out units in that, but I don't know how different this really is. You know, there's nothing you can do to recover. You've already kind of botched it because, you know, you're going to have to get some abilities and stuff to try to cover up. 75% health. There's nothing I can really do, though. So they were just so expensive that it really got me in trouble. Wow. Fuck. All because I was trying to give so much preferential treatment to the medic. Not even saying it's a bad unit, but... Transport truck was destroyed. Okay, fine. Fitting way to lose. Yeah, everything for me has some sort of format, though. If fire bombs don't get them, nothing will. Enemy approaching, prepare your base. I mean, this I almost don't count as part of the same category, but what else can I put in there anyway? Look how they bury it in the shop. The sniper towers are very good, but can't even get any of these. Like, literally nothing. Let's see how good these could potentially be. You got to turn it around a bit. You can certainly put a lot of them. Put them like back to back to back. The tank trap is not, or let's do it again. We got nothing to lose, although this is like a separate format, so this is only the second time. We can only get attacked 3 times anyway, so we can't fail the thing, because even if we did, you know, that'll be the end of it. Give me a long sandbag. Maybe we can put it right in front, like try to do it as degenerately as possible. Put it there. Should be very difficult for you to deal with this much stuff, but then again, it's all the lowest quality things, just that whatever I could afford. I just don't really trust their ability to use the cover, I guess, but yeah, if you mess up at the beginning, you're just done for, basically. Okay, so we'll just do some of the missions after this. I almost want to try those now. I don't know what it is. Polytopia. It's such a random thing. Like, was he sponsored by them? Why do you have to mention that specifically? The Battle of Polytopia. Like, that's the best free advertisement you could ever. Does Elon Musk play Polytopia? Elon Musk apparently still enjoys the Battle of Polytopia, the hit strategy game in the thematic genre of civilization building and conquest video games like Command and Conquer. But isn't that like some kind of mobile dog shit? Fast-paced 4X gaming. Oh, the graphics are kind of cool. Yeah, imagine how much their stock went up when he said that. That's the thing that people don't get with that argument. They'll say, oh, well, you know, chess has so many billions of positions and trillions of whatever combinations of moves. Yeah, but guess what? Any game that moves in real time has more combinations than that. Why? Because, you know, the real-time element makes it that way. So I'm not using that to bash chess. Like, you know what it is and isn't, but, you know, using that argument doesn't really work. Because, like, oh, what other game has billions of combinations? Every game in existence that involves movement and actually, you know, just, like, doing anything in a meaningful way, like... Yeah, how did I even lose this? I don't even get it. No, I didn't, though. They lost to the building. I don't get it. Should blow up all those. It takes a second to actually work, and it doesn't. I don't know what you do with the munitions unless they just use it automatically. That should blow up the medic. Pretty good. These mines are pretty fun to use. This is like a unique way to do a tower defense type of game because it's like you're doing stuff more actively than just building it in advance and just letting it do it over and over. Nothing I can really do about that, or this makes it seem like it's actually a player doing something. Only 4 enemies left. It is pretty stacked against you that way. Look how easy that was for me to do. It didn't even have that much to... The enemy will be back. I guess they won't be back though because you can only get attacked X number of times, right? Dispose of 50 units while defending. Yeah, it's super easy to defend. I don't get it. Build, customize, don't care about that. That is kind of fun how it just randomly happens in the course of the game, and it wouldn't require like millions of people to be playing, right? Like they could just do it with anybody, but then it's not fair. See, that's why the matchmaking stuff kind of ruins some games. Like there could be a lot of people playing, but you're stuck waiting for a queue because, oh, you're rank 5 and they're rank 50, so you're not able to match together. Or like also region, so these games kind of hurt their own player bases that way. You can just have like a global matchmaking system. You can have like a inter rank system, although that's kind of unfair. So yeah, let's just try these, or maybe I can't do them. Refresh, counter sniper, hold the line. What does this mean? This is the goal, or maybe I can't even do them. So what do I do? Maybe I shouldn't have that condition, but all I want to do is just unlock more units and just try them, basically. What is this? Create your own alliance, find alliance to join, browse top alliances. Level 8 required. You know what? I wanted it to be sort of authentic to that, but whatever. Okay, so the medic didn't do me justice at all. So you should always have that other guy. Or you know what? What if we let's try a low scale build? Like we'll do the grunt and we'll do the other guy, and then we'll see if the medics can sort of carry them, which they probably won't be able to. Right, we'll do those two kind of lower cost ones. We have a second slot for that, which I'm not even going to use. Okay, that's good. Let's do like one of each of those, but I won't overdo it with the medics. I kind of want to just, let's favor these ones only because they're kind of very balanced. They're semi-tanky. They do seemingly a decent amount of damage. But yeah, this game needs a lot more like tooltips to tell you exactly the values and stuff. Rally flag is sometimes not that impressive, I'll be honest. That you gotta always do get off to a good start. Always want to have this excess stuff, so you don't want to waste all your stuff to build everything. Yeah, you kind of need this one as just a fodder unit because sometimes you can get in trouble otherwise. It's so annoying sometimes. Stupid sniper towers, and we don't have the super tanky guy, so we replaced the medic, or I mean the engineer, with the medic of all things. Okay, that's good. We're already almost at their base, but you can't let this initial attack fail. Basically, you have to just make it count. Like even having just one medic like that is pretty good. Or that I maybe missed. You could have hit like both together, but there is that friendly fire thing, so you do have to be careful. Let's give the medic another chance to shine, but it's not really worth it. It's already over. Fine, so I didn't follow my thing of, oh, I only have three chances. Or maybe every time you defend your base, you should get 3 more lives. It should revive you. Boost your progress, munitions, okay. I mean, you can never really complain about these games because, oh, they're free, but at the same time... Okay, so I kind of like this loadout, actually. Let's try another 2-star one. Which just means his base will be absolutely insane, I bet. Okay, we got that really badass one with respect to bombing run. Okay, so I don't want that. I want this. So we get it up to 18. This is so good because it's like, won't it hit all the buildings? So there's nothing you can really do about it. And we time it so perfectly that it'll hit them too. What a shot. But it didn't really hit the buildings too much. It almost feels like it's not meant to or something. You should really use your abilities more so at the beginning, because it can get really tricky otherwise. The medic does actually a pretty good job of staying alive, though. I will give him credit there. He doesn't make himself too easy of a target. Okay, wait till 4 of them die. Do that. They kind of stand in the fire too much like clowns. Exceeds unit cap. Okay, we're doing good there. Yeah, the medics are pretty sick though. Like, look, he's still alive. Maybe having more than one is sort of redundant too. You do it there, make sure it doesn't hit my units, which it probably still might. That thing is insane though. Just look at the range that it's going to hit them from. It doesn't seem to do too much really to buildings though, or it's only hitting them like once in the process. This is a 2-star base too, and we're just clowning him. Which at least I assume that's always the BM, just make a medic at the end, which they don't even know that you're doing, not because they can't see it, because they're not even there, because it's totally a non-interactive game. Let's see, do we unlock another unit at 5, or was it later on? I forget. CPU defend mode. Maybe that's the closest to like a mission that I could do. Defend against an AI horde. I guess we could do that, but let me look at the units again. I kind of just wanted to fill out the barracks. That would be a fun, like, how long would it take to do this? That you have to do in card packs, which is probably some sort of bullshit stupid mechanic, which is going to cost gold, which I don't know how much. You can get 40,000 of that to do it. We can get 1 opening packs, and we're not even playing a card game. Amazing. I was about to Wild Frost, but then I go to look up one thing about it, and oh, it's not multiplayer. Level 12, man, that would take a while though. This is level 8. Yeah, how about we do it this way then? I'll do this until I lose one, and then I'll do the CPU defense. So in other words, I'll never do it. Yeah, let's prioritize the 2 skull ones just because. Just because it feels more honorable that way. Go ahead and grab this. Make a little variety of each. The 100 one, though, I've kind of disbanded upon because this is just so much more valuable. Why waste 100 on that? Yeah, I was never very good at RTS games. Not that this is an RTS game at all, but basically, what is that? It shows you like their health values or something. Because I always like to take my time with stuff, so it's a little bit unfair almost to incoming enemy missile incoming. Good way to try to get them to move out of it, but it didn't really help entirely that much. Oh my god, that thing is insane. Whatever it is, let's do that. I kind of waited too long, I guess, to do it, but the healer is quite good. Ooh, this guy's talk about a 2-star base giving me some trouble. He'd love to focus fire on it, but we're not really getting anything of value. Are they really just never going to get rid of it? They had such a perfect chance to do it too, but that's kind of pointless. Okay, dude, this is not normal. You can't even see the rest of his stuff. See, like, what are you supposed to do now? You're kind of just screwed. You can't really really make a comeback unless you get some super cool bomb item, so you already fail. So I have 4 minutes to try to figure it out, but he has just too much stuff coming at me. Now it puts us on the defensive. Like, what am I supposed to do with this? Whatever you get, they'll just use to... Yeah, even this game is more complex than chess because of the combination of units and different... You're not really controlling stuff in real time quite as much, although you kind of are with the abilities. Okay, what is going on with this guy, man? I hate this part because there's nothing you can do about it. You're just kind of screwed. I actually kind of like this build too, like where you do the mid-sized infantry stuff and you do the medics instead of going for the big guns, but it's not that much of a difference anyway. If it was an RTS game, you'd be able to manually move those away as you... Come on. Losing to little kids who are AFK and controlled by bots too at the same time. I like how that's a bad thing in some games, but it's a good thing in others. Like if you use a bot in chess, oh, you're cheating. If you use a bot in another game, oh, it's too easy. And it's not fun or satisfying. How hard would it be to design bots for some of these games? Not that they necessarily should, but even when you play the AI. Dog tags minus 24. I don't even know what that mechanic is, but apparently I'm losing it. Okay, let's do the CPU defend thing. Just try out maybe some of the other units. I kind of welched on the first thing. Oh, if I lose 3, but now I said I'll go till I lose, and that was a surprise. You should probably stay away from the 2-star ones. He had like way too many of those high quality turrets. All right, so I'll do this until I lose necessarily, but I don't know how it's gonna work. It should just be like an endless mode. I love that in GTA Online. Like, I would do it solo and try to do the last man standing thing or whatever, where you get the waves and stuff. But with this, you don't really have much strategy to do besides all that, because the units are already predetermined for you. Or just, you'll come to realize that your base is so bad that it barely even matters for anything. I'm glad it was delayed there, but sometimes it's stupid that it is. Why is it taking them so long to deal with that? I guess the medic is just that strong. It seems almost like he's invincible. Like, what's the deal? So the focus fire thing is maybe better than you might expect. Only because... Okay, that wasn't the best use of the fire thing. Okay, that's good. The tear gas did its job. It's just right in the middle of them. And it takes an hour for it to actually go off. Everything sort of has a delay. This might be a little bit unfair because, again, your only interactability, aside from just relying on your base to be good enough, is this. So I hear you like explosions, even though that seems like a total waste. He's just going to clown me otherwise. So if we can survive the beginning onslaught, we should be in good shape. Yeah, we should only get one try at this, so we have to last as long as we can. I need kind of more of these ability things to drop, otherwise I'm screwed. The way they're abusing medics is kind of annoying, and yay, munitions, which I can't seemingly do anything with. This is a little bit unfair, just the fact that, you know, there's not really much that I'm in control of. I'm kind of just watching. Yeah, enemy missile incoming, cool. I wish I had that rally flag or something to be able to move it. Need some kind of good explosion. Are these going to be actual in-game things or just like stuff that you get later on? Like, that would be useful, but that's actually like a currency item. Yeah, what a fun moment. Fun and interactive, am I right? Like, what is happening? Paratroopers income. Man, this is actually kind of hard. Like, we haven't even seen those yet. Shit. Yeah, like games like PvZ or Balloons are like way more kid-friendly, maybe. Not that this isn't, but like, just, it doesn't shy away from, you know, the heavy artillery aspect. Okay. Losing to AI. I don't know if maybe my build and setup is just not good enough to deal with that. Is there maybe some other mode that we can do? I kind of just wanted to unlock all the stuff and just, you know, see some of these other units. I wish I could rent that one at least. Get to level 12. Level 5. That would take forever to actually do. But you can't seem to really do a mission. Like, what do you mean refresh? Like, I haven't even... Oh, these are just like daily quests, though. It's not like a true mission. Like, remember last week when I bought that thing in Hunt Showdown? That's like, oh, buy the story. By which I mean buy a piece of story that you can listen to. It's like a little recording like in Bioshock. It wasn't actually like a story mode. So I got gypped for like $5 or $10 or something. But you know what we can do is actually open a card pack, even though I'll never attack card pack. A pack of 10 random attack cards. Common card pack, 6 random cards. So hopefully one of them would be... So you're telling me 50 gold is equal to 40,000 of this? It could be like one of the units, I guess. Influenza. But yeah, what was that one game that was so popular? Like where you make a virus that wipes out... Whatever, they can wipe out mankind. I can't remember what that game was, actually. This makes me think of those type of things, like a Flash game. Plague Inc. or something like that, yeah. I failed my expectation there. There must be some other mode you can do. I guess not, though. I guess we could just... I just want to see some other units. Some of these bases are unfair. Right? Because you're getting like the 2 skull thing. Not saying I'm playing it perfectly, but so much of this is sort of stacked against you. It's hard to measure that. Engineer, Flamer. So when do you get the Engineer? Level 8, level 12, level 12, 16, 20. Yeah, I was going up against like those Rocketeers and stuff. That's not even fair. 50 damage. Yeah, let's see what the medic's damage is or whatever. 75 health, 35 damage. 170 health, 20 damage. Wait, what? Wait, why are these worse than I thought? Range is 15, range is 20. You get 5 of these for 100. You get 4 of these for a 150. So what is better about them? 4 count, 5 count, cooldown 2, cooldown 4. You have a lot more health, but I thought your damage would be actually a little better too. 400, 170 is pretty good. 320, 25. Where does it even show like how much they exactly heal for? I guess it doesn't. Or it's telling you like the range of the heal. Engineer has 600, the heavy from Team Fortress 2, am I right? Flamer 360. Pretty good, only 50 damage. Flamers are either crazy or brave. Why can't they be both together? 250, 74, very random specific amount there. Or yeah, like I would love the riot shield guy. These you couldn't buy even if or you could. 4,200. Wait, why did it say rent? Okay, let me rent it then. 1 battle. Okay, just of the grace of being able to try this, let's give 1 match for that. Let's try to find a 2-star one, though I guess I can't. All right, this will be yeah. Here we go, the final battle. So we'll go medic, grunt, and maybe this guy. Let him shine. Or how much is he actually going to cost? Assign a loadout. 1 count for 400. Well, I guess with a healer. Tank and healer build, but you're not going to have enough DPS. Basic mechanical understanding. Literally 100% just PSN bots playing this game. That's a good starting loadout, but then you're not going to be able to maintain them. He's super tanky, but I don't know if I trust that. Or now I'll just save the rest for... no, you shouldn't, though. Like, one of those should almost be just enough for you. 1 healer, 1 tank, and like 15 DPS or whatever. But yeah, if they hit the shield, it should be a chance just to block where he takes 0 damage. But whatever damage he's going to take should be healed anyway. So literally we'll let this guy just carry us the whole time. Or like maybe now I'll go till I lose. But the problem is I won't be able to afford this guy anyway. You do it here, but make sure you get the buildings. Or maybe I should have made more of a point to hit that. We should deal with it pretty well, that guy. Or now he's not playing like a proper tank. He's kind of laying back a little bit too much. So that is pretty satisfying. Does this show you basically like their health values, or I don't get it? What did that do? Go ahead, do tear gas. His riot shield's falling apart a little bit. So let's see if we can't get another one of those, because he lasted this long that made it kind of worth it. But what part of the healer healing him is going to make his shield just regenerate? So he finally goes down. There's those long stretches where you just can't do anything because there's sort of like... you need like some kind of drop to actually occur here. You get those long stretches where you just don't get any of the munitions back. Just finish that shit off, first of all. They don't know how to focus fire. They don't know how to stand out of the fire. Yeah, that's the only focus fire they do. Like, it could be a joke from an MMO. They focus on standing in the fire. Here, let's use that to even help him, but... why is this so hard for him to do? Focus fire this and just get rid of it. What is the big deal? And that when you do focus fire, they can hit stuff from seemingly a lot farther away, basically. You're trying to tell me you could have like 18 of these, basically, because they only take up one space in that. I almost just want to keep the heavy going, and then as soon as he goes, it's fine. Maybe I should go until I lose with this, which I might. So we'll have a third try. Failed 3 times. Let's see if I can afford to use him again, actually. He definitely lived up to his tankiness, though, because of how you know, like we had 2 of them the whole time, and I didn't even get a healer for the second one, but he still managed to do so well. Use with caution, a warm welcome. Good one. You hire the person who made that on Fiverr or something? I love that with Anthem. Probably the joke that nobody ever made, but it's so obvious. Like you're playing as the Ligma Doctor from Fiverr because it's such an unintimidating title. I can't remember what they called Tassin, but she had like a super unimpressive title too. So it's like the trifecta of 3 really banal sounding names. The Freelancer, the Monitor, and it was like weird. Whatever Tassin is called. Yeah, let's see if we can buy that guy again. Maybe. Well, for 24, it should be reasonable actually. I didn't really follow any particular format with this. I just kept saying that I might, but I wish I could rent the Flamer actually. Machine Gunner. You know what? Let's use that. Yeah, we'll get carried by this guy. So if we lose with the Riot Shield, then we're done for good. I normally have pretty good integrity with sticking to my formats, but I guess not this time. Okay, here we go. We're even... Oh, wait, what? It seemed like we had an empty slot. Oh, are you kidding me? I think I went in with like 2 units only because it... Okay, okay. This is the worst case build scenario. But, oh my god. I gotta clutch it though. I don't get to use that as an excuse. This is a punishment for me having a flaky format today, not knowing right what the failure condition would be. So if I win this, I can keep going. If I lose, I'm done. But also, you know, we get to obviously use the Riot Shield because we didn't have them available, I guess. It sort of did that to us. It's always good to get off to a good start with that. Maybe I'll use the medics a bit more, but having so many of them is not really worth it. But here would almost be okay because all you have are the fodder units. It's maybe not as bad as it seems, but get those barrels out of the way too, which might not even blow up in the process here. We could do a third one. Like, it's not really worth it, but these will be at least easy to get, period. So focus fire that, which you'll hit from a very shockingly long distance away too. Wouldn't it be cool if you could like get the units to move, but I guess that would make it too interactive. Yeah, that's pretty good, at least. It's close to dying. So shouldn't we have like a few medics coming in at least? These are at least good because it's not hard to get up to that 100 mark at least. This guy's insane though. Well, we might lose like we deserve to anyway. Rip to the Riot Shield guy. To cheat death is something that even I can do only but so many times here. Yeah, like how are you supposed to recover from a slot like this? Like, why even bother? There's nothing you could do unless you had like a lot of resources in your back pocket or you had like a lot of the usable items. Like, you're just kind of at a standstill. You can't do anything. It is pretty fun though. I'm almost curious to see like what is the best games like Guns Up. Probably a question nobody's actually liked. Asynchronous. Guns Up Mobile. What a surprise. Phobies. Zimandius. Bronze Age Empire Sim. Concordia. Clash of Wizards. Like, what is Clash of Clans? I don't think I've ever seen an image from the game itself. I've seen like some of the ads for it or something. But yeah, is that like making him wait for us? It'd be amazing if we could clutch it to make a comeback, but I just don't really see how. You'd have to get like a really good combination of utility stuff back to back to back, which might happen. I like how some of the stuff is friendly fire, or a lot of it is, where you can blow up and damage your own things. That makes it a little more, you know, strategic how you have to time it and stuff. But the fact that they move on rails so much is very annoying. Sometimes they'll just stand there and take it. Like, oh no, your enemy's about to shoot a rocket at you. Okay, but you can't do anything unless you have a flag or something. You're just screwed. %, health. Okay, we're just done for. Yeah, once you get in one of these moments, it's just completely over. I could do this to try to take out their base. Like, that's going to be a net positive no matter what, but it won't be enough because, I mean, that is about as perfect of a shot as you can do. And so maybe you can make a comeback because of it. Like, let's do it again. See how cheap that is though? Like you're relying on just that. You didn't get anything good the whole game, and then that. It really doesn't do that much to buildings though. Oh, here we go. We can get our second wind. It's just not enough. These units are not good enough. You have to keep giving me more of those explosions, which I might be missing something on the ground, and they might even despawn after X amount of time. That was a good little push, but you're gonna have to give me like 2 more of those. It's just such a dumb luck scenario. I guess you ask and you receive. How are you supposed to deal with this sort of disadvantage once you get pushed back to your truck, and then it gives me the exact thing I need to do that? Okay, now we get one of those rockets. It's very hard to deal with these buildings like this, and we can't exactly make more medics, so we're just kind of running on empty with this. Have to wait for this and clutch it out. Main thing I just want to get rid of is the building itself. Do that, which there's not even enough of my units out there to do anything with it. Now all you have to do is go for the base, but you barely have time to do it. Well, I'm surprised we even made this much of a comeback. Let's make this one count. You just don't have enough stuff out there. You have to keep dropping something of value for me. Give me another one of those bombardments. 1 minute. Not going to be enough. You'll barely be able to fight them to a goddamn standstill. No special abilities here. But like, I don't want that 35, although it's kind of important nonetheless. Oh wow, if we do this, this would be like just meant to be. Even in the super hard mode condition of not having any other units, which arguably I'm not saying they don't have a certain value to them. In fact, you might not have been able to come back any other way. Wow, this is like the clutchest thing ever, but it might still not happen. You got to give me like one more thing. Yeah, go. I don't have time to wait for more units to come in like that. That seems to do a tremendous amount to the... Well, it's taking... Wow, I actually had that one left for dead. I was even Googling like other things in the middle of it. What a comeback. What I wanted is the riot shield guy in that too. I wonder what this unlocks. And then it tells you immediately. Hey, give me like the flamer or some kind of other unit. Or we did get a card pack. You open a box that gives you a pack that gives you some other, random thing. Random inside of random. Okay. Prepare your base. I mean... The thing is that... Or what? Does that mean I just skipped my ability to build stuff? But I barely have room. I have to cut down my trees, which cost some seemingly real-life microtransaction type currency. Okay, there's 72. So that seems to be a lot more than what you normally see anyway. Oh, I'm just going to get rolled over. Like, what do you expect to happen here? Holy shit, but it could make the mines pretty good. I like the delay that they have sometimes, so it'll hit the bulk of them. These abilities are so fun to use. Let's do that, although there's not enough of my stuff in the vicinity. And the way they slip through is pretty impressive. Nobody seems to care about them. Let's just wait for now, and then... Yeah, those mines were actually amazing. Do one thing up here, do one thing down there. And then it's just a matter of... Wow, okay, never mind. I take it back. We get carried by the abilities more so than the units. Why was it so much hard? Oh, I guess I get it. Maybe they have so many because they're weaker units, basically. Imagine if we lose now. I don't think I failed to defend my thing, did I? Or maybe that was just against the CPU because they were using all kind of busted units that I don't have access to, like paratroopers and stuff like that. This is Alex from Half-Life. Like, who the hell is this? Such an unkillable unit. You just stand there and phase tank it. Enemy will be back. Wait, I thought I already got attacked 3 times, and it says you can't get attacked more than 3 times. So what was that about? Okay, so we clutched that one win, which earns us a spot to try the riot shield guy, but I have to make sure I actually put him in my lineup. Okay, so now if I lose, I'm not allowed to. I have to end the session. That'll be the final life that we got. We'll attack Hot Dog, but be careful because you have to choose something here. On rent. And as long as we can keep affording him, I'll do it. We have the medic, we have the infantry units. We don't have the mid-size one, the 150. I want to unlock the flamer guy. But we're going to get clowned by one of these people. So go one of each. and then just use these guys to fill up the rest, I guess. Maybe it seems like a waste, but like we're going to come in with a very strong attack at the beginning, but the problem is that you're not going to, you know, you're going to maybe make yourself susceptible to AoE and stuff. This icon wasn't there before at the beginning, was it? I heard you like to tank, so we use the dummy to tank for the tank so that the tank can tank for everybody else. Even better. We can wait on that. We got to use this on one of these structures, or we should almost use it on here. The tank traps don't really matter. It's not this kind of tank that it's really talking about. I'm assuming that's going to hit the building, which is why I really did it, yeah. But I kind of waste my stuff sometimes too much. You should save up 400 so that when this guy dies, then you can do it. He also stays in the back a bit too much. Like, his weapon doesn't really match with his state of being a tank. This is not too bad. We're almost pushing through. So what it really needs to give me now are some explosives. That's what can really help. Go here. It'll make them hit the explosive barrel too by mistake at the same time. That's the whole beauty of it. I don't really even care about the medic. The medic is still alive. I don't know if you really should focus on having too many of them. Some of these people's bases are just insane, though. Like, this one wasn't bad at all, but... yeah, focus fire, as if there's anything else to hit. Anyway, these goddamn clowns. It seems like it makes them attack stuff from farther away than they're normally allowed to. That's the main strength of it. Not just that they'll derp around and split damage anyway. So can we get to level 12 on 1 life against AI-controlled bases or whatever it is? That'll be one of two things. Either we'll try the flamer or we'll die with this guy. Of course, you need currency to be able to open the reward that you got. Like the stupid key. I'm even seeking out these 2-star ones just out of a sense of honor. It's a riot. That joke I always made with with League or with Valorant. It's a riot how these unranked bronze players talk so much junk and act like, wow, they're going to be the next esports sensation. Like when a 1200 chess player talks shit to you, like... not that I'm not guilty of doing that myself at times, but... so here we would like to use... in fact, it's a great thing to do it now because it's going to take out whatever impending units they have. It should still hit these. Yeah, well... maybe not the best situation, but... I feel like I shouldn't bother trying to make multiple of the medics. When you have like an ace unit, you should just use it straight up. Yeah, now we should save that 400, just like I'm going to save my 400 gems in PvZ Heroes for that stupid, whatever, the event card. That's such a bullshit mechanic, but it's arguably not because it's sort of fair that you get to, you know, you can do that as a free-to-play player and stuff too. So making a second one is almost not necessary, but... maybe it's okay because most of our other units are alive, so we're already at the base as well. Let's get rid of this, and then we'll put down the decoy like right there. And then we can focus fire something if I need to. It doesn't really seem super necessary though. Although maybe they just don't know what they're doing. Look how they actually get something done when you got to do it yourself. You don't... yeah, never make 2 medics or never really make 2 of these, although you can't really argue with their value. See, it's like a pay-to-win moment. We're renting a unit, but obviously with in-game currency that we earn, we're renting a unit that is unfair, and we're just rolling over people. Even with these 2-star bases. It's always hard to judge in games like this player performance versus, you know, just the quality of their build or whatever. Like if it's a card game, even the quality of their deck. So... and it would just take forever. I just so badly want that one guy. The flamer, which unfortunately you can't rent him. Fish on. So this thing is almost good to use just at the beginning, just to prevent whatever influx of units they have or to destroy some of their structures. Oh, whoops. I'm just expecting it to do it on its own. It's not that much of an on-rails game. Or yeah, like what is with the camera like letting you go a little bit, but it won't let you go all the way? Maybe I won't do it. I'll use like the target dummy. Mainly because it's not letting me see enough of that. Yeah, that'll be fine, but they're not going to even hit those in that much time. Or maybe they will. You have one medic, one tank, one healer, one tank, and the rest is DPS. Proper MMO mindset coming to my aid. So now could be a perfect time to do it because you'll hit the building, you'll hit those units, and I don't really see what the point of the rally point is. It almost hit him, actually. That could have been a bad decision. Yeah, now you could just recoup with these anytime you lose stuff, or you can get greedy and try to do that, but sometimes that's not the best idea because you just sort of, I don't know if that'll actually hit the units as much, the buildings. 14 out of 18. Okay, we'll have a few more of those coming in. The medic is really great at actually keeping itself alive, too. Who heals the medic? The old existential question. Like, some of these were easy anyway, but it does feel like this unit is almost carrying me, so let's just milk it. Like, what did I say at first? This has been, like, the most sloppy format of me trying to justify, like, oh, I always have some condition. If I lose X number of games or whatever, I have to stop. So you play until you lose. But now it's like, you know, I said, oh, if I lose 3 games, or no, if I lose 1 game, I have to stop. But then I said, okay, if I lose 3 games, I have to stop. Then I said, if I lose to the AI, I have to stop. Now I'm saying if I lose with the riot shield guy, I have to stop. Like, what? I just can't lose, I guess. Okay, here we go again. Another 2-star. I don't think we've seen a 3-star, or a 3-skull guy. I need a name, which we've dealt with that guy's base a number of times before. I don't know if he was somebody we got clowned by, maybe. Or, like, the whole point of this is they don't want you to see their whole base at the beginning. Because clearly that would inform your strategy too much. Like, you wouldn't just build it the same way no matter what, but... like, maybe that would be good, but it's not going to hit the ones coming at me, necessarily. Or no, it still does. It just strategically, like, misses the buildings at times, though. Wait, why does it feel so disorganized here? Just... using the dummy at the beginning is sometimes a pretty good thing. Like right here, just preserve what you got, although I don't have enough of them in the fray yet. I think the mistake I made the one time was like having way too many medics. They just weren't worth it. I think it expects like 1 is just going to be good enough, but if we try an all medic build... Now, the good thing is even if this guy dies, we'll have enough, presumably, to retain him. The only thing we really badly need is some kind of explosive AoE. That's the most valuable thing of all, but sometimes it just won't give it to you. Like, there should be some option for, like, 500, you can buy a bomb on demand, right? In the middle of a game. So if I really think it's worth it to do that, it would be a reasonable trade-off. Just only being able to summon stuff is... I just get obsessed with those utility things. They're so good. This guy's actually getting beat down pretty hard. I should save the 400 just for, man. He did his part. Oh, now I get it. Come on. Or no, that I shouldn't have done. I should have even done the... I should have done the tower, or I guess it does basically hit both. Yeah, that'll be fine, although the 400 guy is almost superfluous at this point. Yeah, it's kind of important to actually have this, because that one run where I tried to go all with the top-end stuff didn't really work, because you kind of need these as fodder units sometimes when you just get pushed back and run out of stuff, basically. That's so hilarious that Elon name drops that game, whatever it is, like, oh yeah, Polytopia is better than chess. Like, it's such a random comparison that has nothing to do with anything. Okay, level 8. Oh shit, man. Now we'll be able to afford this guy on life support the whole time. Right, we'll always have enough to keep renting him. Feature unlocked, don't really care. Yeah, the only thing that would make this more fun is if you knew for sure that everybody was like actually a player against you. Right, which doesn't necessarily seem like you're attacking their base, but they might not actually be there, even when you're away, like it says that. You have to be careful after the 5th game to re-rent the guy and re-put him in there, otherwise we'll get clowned by that. That was actually a very clutch game, though. We didn't have any units besides the healer and these, and I was even feeling like, oh, that one's over, and then we somehow made a comeback. It's very hard to make a comeback in this game because... you know, if you get pushed back, you're not going to have enough munitions, and then it's just over. I wouldn't do this unless I'm hitting, like, a building, too, so it's fine. I love the dummy as sort of my opener play, though. It just seems to protect and get you off to a good start, which you arguably don't need to do, but it's worked pretty well for me. Now you want to do it here as the new units are coming in. You should hit those and some of the buildings, but maybe I did it too much out in the open. Or maybe oh yeah, that works pretty well. So maybe that doesn't seem like the best idea, but it's not like you can do it in the presence of your units anyway. Or is that the influenza thing? Are you stupid, man? They can't just walk around it. You got to give them that specific instruction. Look how he's bugging out on there. Or maybe that's just meant to slow them down, period. I would love to be able to do this. Like, try to hit the unit too. It's sometimes a little deceptive. Like, it will hit stuff even beyond exactly where the green goes, but look at that epic healing over time this guy's doing. Damn, we're kind of bullying people now. You just have one strong unit, and that's all you need. Yeah, you gotta rush the race to level 12. Fighting for our life. Oh, we're getting so little experience now, though. We're even getting those card packs, so we might get one of these fun units. Okay, let's make sure. It's only been like maybe 3 or 4 games, so we should still have room for... Why is it doing that when I'm going to queue up? Okay, here we go. Or now we have... Wait, we have 4 units that we can fit in there. Wait, I thought you had 2 battles left 5. Wait, why? Well, I guess that kind of solves what I wanted anyway, but now I'm going to lose because I'm going to commit to some build that otherwise isn't working. That's not really what... Oh, I guess we just unlocked some mechanic that let us rent stuff. But let's still play to win like the same way, and then I'll just fit like one of those in there. Let's do that. We certainly have enough where it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, let's just rent all of them. Or no, I think I just bought that guy outright by mistake. I'm not going to play necessarily that many games anyway that I would need to buy them. 5 battles, purchase, or no, I don't know what happened. 5 battles. Okay, so now we can mess around with all of these at least, so... The medic and grunt seem kind of necessary, so let's try the flamer this one, and we'll do kind of give everybody a chance. I could almost just do a loadout of all of them mixed together, though. Let's actually try that. You know what? Make it interesting. So who were all the ones that we just got? We've had him. Engineer, I think, is new, isn't it? 600. Flamer is obviously new. I mean, the medic is kind of amazing, so I kind of feel bad for doing it. Ranger, I think, is new, right? This is 300. And then... Sniper, Machine Gunner, Rocketeer. Or no, let's build it maybe more... Yeah, let's just do it like that. We gotta have some cheap one, too. Like, 300, 275... Yeah, that doesn't really work. You gotta have like a grunt type unit. Let's do like 2 of them and then... Yeah, let's do the same thing. Okay, we got the 100 guy, we got the medic, right? And then we'll do 2. We'll do a flamer and we'll do a engineer. That's good. And then we'll keep mixing them around. We didn't have to get to level 12 after all. Yeah, like that guy was just waiting in the queue the whole time too. This at least lets you build more things at once at the beginning. So now here we could try to do maybe 1 more of the flamers. Or these guys are so tanky that it's almost worth it to do that. The big mistake here is you're just not filling up the 18 that you have. So I almost overcommitted to that too much. This would be a good use of the fire. That thing seems pretty insane. This guy's base is just going to be god tier. Especially for a time when I'm just trying new units. So what exactly is the flamer doing? Did he really hit stuff from that far away, or does he... Yeah, okay, he's just shooting it. That's not usually how pyromancer type stuff works anyway. So that one we're tearing through a little bit. Let's see if we can't just... Oh, this guy's base is garbage, or at least the outside of it was scarier than what's actually to come. Blow this up. You got to account for the delay a little bit. Yeah, we're just getting unfair treatment because of the fact that we are renting these units, but I guess it's all fair. The Pyromancer didn't survive for too long. The Flamer, or is he just back there? I can't even tell what is what necessarily. Most of the stuff just looks like the fodder units. No, that's just like the engineer too. Yeah, that wasn't too bad. Why is it like easier now than when? I guess just the units make all that difference. Look how he stands in the fire like a clown. Not really that hard to be able to keep up with the munitions that way. Just be able to afford these. All right, so which ones didn't I use then? Veteran squad, 3 out of 4. Ground for munitions, who cares? Because I don't have enough to be able to open it, I guess. Upgrade your HQ to expand the build area. Does that mean I'm getting attacked? It didn't even tell me expressly. But now my units don't come into play as much. $51. This was surprisingly easy, actually, the last time. At least this you should know is against another player, but maybe it's not. I can't even tell. Right? The way you can tell is sort of like... I assume it always is, but... when you attack, sometimes they're AFK, right? So it doesn't matter. But when you defend, if you're in the game... But that also doesn't make sense because... it specifically said, like... it specifically said... I forgot. How to get the medic with that, at least. Is it going to? Or at least we get the heavy. Put that there. Put the mine there. It's almost worth it even that way. I don't know what the munitions really do for you here, though. There's 24 left, but I kind of maybe used up too much of the utility stuff, and I might not get any more is the problem. So we can go all 100 to 0 here, but the turrets alone should be able to... maybe I just use those too frivolously. Or the best refund is they destroy one of your buildings, and in return you get like a bomb or something from it. Come on, you should be able to fight this off with this much room. If I just get like 1 or 2 more explosives, I should be good. Now it just won't give me anything. This is where you actually get fucked. They're already kind of standing in the fire too. 9 enemies left, 7. I have to get like maybe 1 more thing like that, but I won't. Missile incoming. Oh, come on. 4 things left. 3. Okay, maybe I just use stuff a bit flippantly. You saved them all for the finisher there. 2, 1. Oh! That was so close too. Enemy will be back. Make sure your base is prepared. What do you mean? It was just destroyed. I should be dead. Okay, that's fine. That doesn't count towards anything, but let's use like some different units here. Like, so what else didn't I use? We used the engineer, we used the flamer. I haven't used the ranger, I don't think. 300, and then we have engineer, flamer, sniper, then machine gunner and rocketeer. After this could be the next. Okay. Ice creams, like literally I don't think we've seen a single person on PC besides me. Snipers actually seem like they could be really good because one thing they're going to do is not put themselves at risk. Like, what a novel idea that is. Whereas everybody else just face tanks like a clown, except for the actual tanks themselves, which sometimes pay back more than maybe they should. I don't think that's a very good decision actually at all, but whatever. I should have held back some of those explosives in that last one. Let's see what the sniper actually does. He should already be picking stuff off. Let's use that one too. But yeah, see, they're going to hit that by mistake and actually get themselves killed too. But now we'll walk through it too like a clown. Now, will that allow us to avoid it? It still won't. We go out of our way to do that. Just we have the fire thing coming, which almost we don't even need. That was so epic, actually. He was down to 1 unit. Like 1 HP, 1 second left. And the building would have almost finished him off. It seems like they stopped giving you stuff after a while. Of those explosives. But he gave me plenty of them. And he even saved his 3 for the very end. So that's very human-like behavior that surely a bot would never do. I love how I'm always questioning that in games. Like, oh, that was too easy of a win or something, so therefore it must be a bot. Or it's not even a bot, it's just AFK. It's almost like beneath a bot. Like the AI might be controlling it, but it's just meant to be like generic anyway. Yeah, so let's try some of the other units. We're not really even fully appreciating what they're doing, but it's kind of important, I think, to have the first 2 anyway. This guy's base we already dealt with. We're just tormenting some of the same people over and over. They'll come back and their whole collection and stuff will be ruined somehow by us destroying their base this many times, I guess. But yeah, I don't see what the appeal of the asynchronous thing is. I want it to be, you know, like match made properly, where we both get to play and to whatever amount of impact we have. Or here, we won't even be able to do the medic at all. Yeah, this one's so important because you can't fill up the all 18 slots otherwise. Like, this is good if you're going to get a building with it, too. You'll get 2 waves and at least part of the building. Maybe it seems like I used that too early, or you won't get any of the building. Okay, that thing is kind of insane. Keep picking this stuff up. You got to keep giving me more explosions. So you do get this on a fixed rotation, but that doesn't mean it's always that good, really. Keep getting those, which is maybe questionable. Got the tear gas thing, so destroy this anytime this century, if any of you feel like it. And then, so you have like 1 of each of these. This is like my type of guy. LMG style. Yeah, usually having 1 of each of those is enough. That's not really even a very good decision. And now they'll just walk into it too. Doesn't really have anything impressive in his base, so we may as well just go for that. That is definitely the most satisfying thing, just using those power-ups and explosions like very strategically and stuff, which I arguably don't even do, but yeah, maybe the medic didn't find its place here as much. Look how it's just focus firing him so badly, though. Win 10 attacks in a row. Like, is this impressive or not at this low rank, low level AFK asynchronous combat? Maybe it is still, though, because you're kind of a new player and new collection and stuff. I can't imagine how people play this for like years, though, or like whatever, any one game. Even card games like that, I guess I kind of do myself, but on a very irregular basis, like where they play it all day, every day, and it's like the one game that they play. That might be what this is for some people. I don't know. Because they create these stupid reward structures that screw you over. Like, it's not like very freeform where you can just play it kind of like whenever. You know, you won't feel like you're making progress, or you kind of miss out. Machine Gunner, Riot Shield. So if I was to pick my favorites, I guess we would do we could do Engineer and the Tank, or we could do the Flamer and let's do Flamer and Riot, just because like in principle I like them, but I didn't really appreciate, I guess, what the Flamer was even doing. You'd like to make like all 4 at the beginning if you can, but I don't know if we can even afford that. I guess we just barely can. Okay, let's try to get that bomb off. But again, the camera kind of cucks you a little bit. It's like fake fog of war. Like, oh, you're not allowed to see their base. But you kind of can if you move the mouse aggressively enough across. Unless we're going to hit a building with it, it's not really worth it. So just... we'll go ahead and put the target dummy down. So we do have some good variety of stuff here. I don't know how well they really complement each other. But yeah, that's a dream come true for a flamethrower. Imagine if it was like that in actual team-based shooter games. Normally, your weakness is you have to get in close to be able to do something. Here, you can just do it halfway across the map. It has better range than some of the guns seemingly do. Now, I'd like to get this in for the next set of enemies coming in. Like, if we see them spawn. Hello? I mean, if they just don't spawn, that's fine, too. Am I bugging it out by in this menu or what? I'll still do it. Or no, you know what I'll do is I'll end up killing my own guy. But yeah, the medic can totally take care of that. But yeah, I'm just kind of using stuff randomly now. Now you just try to hang on and finish them with the infantry stuff, but it's not particularly good because, I don't know, I've kind of let too much stuff go, but they're kind of back on their heels anyway, so it should be fine. You really don't want to overdo it. Like, oh, I'm going to do a map where I only summon these guys. You do have to just rely on the quantity over quality sometimes. The riot shield guys are fun. I'm trying to think if maybe there's something else I want to combine it with, but this might be the ultimate build here. Just, let's see if there's some other unit that we can get that's maybe not part of this. Retry using the same loadout and attack cards. Retry what though? Why? What do you mean? Level aids. Even it's vouching for my build. Available for recruitment. Even though we're already using him, but I guess on rent. He's a mercenary. Let's look for who else is in the barracks. Like, the only other ones we get, I guess, are the ones that we get here. If you carried around a gun like that all day, you'd have big muscles too. This hermetically sealed unit damages and disrupts foes over time with poison gas. Bombardier, demolition expert, no task is too tough. Mercenary. Yeah, they're all mercenaries, like I was just saying. They stole my joke. Sharpshooter, utilizing semi-automatic sniper rifle. Sergeant, colonel, and sergeant. They're kind of, some of them are just better versions of the same thing that we're already using. So let's go tricky span. I guess trying to focus on the 2-star guys. Is there something maybe I'd mess around with, or do I just commit to this? 550 health, 1200 health, damage 10, damage 350, but the damage is scarce to the point there. Is there anybody else who's like a cheap unit? I guess the 100 is really the best you can do with that. Yeah, let's just stick to my killer dream team lineup here. The flamer is even maybe better than what I thought. Pick that shit up. Okay, now if they let us look at some of the buildings, which sometimes they selectively do, because I always have done it at the beginning when that happens. It's so stupid. What is the deal with this? Is this a bug, or do it like that so it'll hit? Maybe I did it too far. It would hit the incoming units, but it would also hit the buildings, which it still kind of does go further than maybe you'd expect. Now we don't even have to waste a target dummy. Just keep spamming the infantry units now the rest of the way. Whenever I hear the word infantry, I think of that line from Jack Nicholson, just like, ever served in an infantry unit from A Few Good Men. But that doesn't even matter because of the building aspect. You're just going to have to tank it for now, which is a little bit unfortunate. That is like a summed up TV movie, basically, like the definition of a TV movie. Like, it's not bad, but there's nothing like super special or notable about it. It's very predictable. It goes exactly where you expect it to go. It has like such an insanely good cast, but it almost goes to waste with how banal it is. And then speaking of good casts, like The Departed has like one of the best casts ever, but I guess the original movie doesn't get enough credit, or even just you know, Infernal Affairs. It's not like super original, and they have like sort of the Glengarry Glen Ross problem where there's just simply too much profanity in there. There were like 3 movies like that that I criticized. Not that, oh, profanity is bad and you shouldn't have it in there, but it sort of becomes numb to you. It should be like 1 or 2 characters who have it as a defining, endearing character trait. It shouldn't be just that everybody has it. So I said that about The Departed, I said that about Glengarry Glen Ross, and there was one other one. I can't remember now. I remember I said that while playing Red Dead, just randomly. We were talking about some movies. I was doing my like bounty hunter challenge years back. I'm something of a film critic myself, so which one looks more intimidating here? This guy's whole plot of land looks somehow bigger. I mean, hey, I'll go until they beat me, which might never happen. Which is fine, I guess. Yeah, this is totally like a Flash game quality game, which isn't even necessarily a bad thing. It's just like, who needs Newgrounds when you have free games like this in this day and age? That's what indie games are. That's what a lot of these free-to-play multiplayer type things are. Just, they feel sort of like throwaway games, but they can still be very fun. he runs in like a normal flamethrower experience would be, but now you'll see how far the fire can actually go. Or yeah, again, that might be friendly fire the same way that a lot of... Wait, what? How did that happen? Wait. What happened? Why are his units just like gods? That's never happened before. Did it bug out or what? I guess I'll try to help them out with that, but... Why did we just get decimated? I guess it was the fire. Unironically, we had the guys stand in the fire and we lost because of that. Oh shit. Let's see if we... Wait. What's going on? We have to make some kind of crazy comeback, which the main way you can do that with is with the explosions plus the... just the base resources that you're going to get. Sometimes do that a bit too early. You got to give me some crazy bombs and stuff. You got to try to carry them a little bit here just to be able to get enough of them out there, which is very hard to do at times. Right, like you got to give me some of those crazy bombs and I have to use them super efficiently. Like the whole airstrike that hits like everything. We get to 35, so we'll be able to make another set. We did recover from a situation like this before, but it's very difficult to do. And none of these are going to be tanky enough, and I'm never going to have enough resources now to do that otherwise. Come on, just hold out for the fire, because I want you to be there when it happens. Get rid of the stupid sniper tower with that. Should get rid of those two as well. It went back a little farther, I guess, than I expected. Now we're just holding on to the infantry only, because it's so hard to do this as far as, you know, anything else that you can summon. It's almost not even worth it. But they can't really handle dealing with the building, so you have to do that with your own explosives and stuff. What happened at the beginning that our stuff just got completely decimated? I don't get it. We'll get the 35 there, which almost isn't even worth it. We just need more explosives. You just can't really make progress by doing this. And you also can't stop them and save it up for like an attack later. He only has two things there, one of which is going to be a turret, which we can't deal with, period. So... we're just kind of screwed. You just don't get these at the rate that you need them. Save those, so we want to do the tear gas, let's say, on all of these. But my units will barely reach them, I guess, in time for that. Right, like it'll run out and they'll still be there. Only got like 2 guys really hitting it. We have to use like the dummy 2, I guess, which is just bad because it's gonna get hit by the turret. Maybe I should wait. Even with all that support, we still couldn't get through them. It's enough just to keep you alive. This is why it's so important to have them. Just bottom of the barrel stuff. Maybe no epic comeback this time. So our tank sort of let us down there at the beginning by not tanking at all. But it could be that the flamer actually sabotaged them. Now I have to just start using this on the buildings themselves, mainly this. I'd love to get them both together, but they're going to be too far along. Or maybe they'll stop there. Or it'll get the next wave, I guess, coming in. That seems to do a good amount of buildings, because it does it like over time. That's very good. So now between that, it's almost dead. We only have 1:16 left, so it seems very unlikely I'll be able to do this. Can you two just go in there and finish this off? Please, please. You won't. You'll just get one shot by it, like the clowns that you are. Or it's not even paying attention to them. They're doing a nice guerrilla warfare style. So we're relying still on the bombs, which I'm not going to get now. Enough. Give me like one of those big anything. Fire. You're just kind of running on empty, like... How did it go so bad at the beginning? Like something really unfair happened. Getting no drops of any kind. This thing is even not a big deal, but you just don't have enough time to do it. Could I get any sort of drop, please, ever? Or we don't have enough time. I should have just gone for the thing. For the base. You got like 3 more of those in a row, or they're somehow focus firing that, which makes no sense. That probably would have been the best idea. Now I'm pushed too far back. Unless you give me another one of those drops, which you might. That did like half of the base's health, too. Ah, maybe I should have. Yeah, I should have just committed full aggro and focus fire the base. Maybe that would have been enough. Okay, fine. So we do lose with those, but if you look at the beginning of that, something clowned me, and it might have been the fact that we had that tank sitting on the fire, which wasn't my choice. Just maybe that's a bad combination, but you know, you didn't have a rally point or anything. That's pretty good. I wonder what like the missions aren't really missions that you get to do as like a campaign. The closest thing to that you could do is the AI stuff, I guess. Where is it? Defend against AI Horde, which did start to get really hard. Alliance battle, season starting in 2 days, 22 hours. To participate in Alliance battles, you must join an alliance. Okay. Maybe that should be next week. It just made me think of those two games. Clash of Clans, Polytopia, like just all stuff I've never tried. And now that we've ingratiated ourselves with using phone games like we were doing Heroes or we did Cross Duel, I guess I don't mind. Although normally I would never do that.